You know, the nature of the guru, disciple, true teacher to student, master to devotee, is that awakened consciousness, the embodiment of the offering, is both eternal and locationless. In other words, the temporary appearance of the body becomes a hand to hold for the habit of egoic identification that who I am is a body. But deeper than all concepts, deeper than any teaching that can be passed on in anything read or heard, is the wakeful consciousness itself. So ideas for myself, like what would it be like if Ramana Maharshi were alive now, to be with him? But the truth is, he is alive now. There is no diminishment in the energy of wakeful consciousness over time. It is not driven by time. It is not in relationship with time. Time is creation of mind. Distance is creation of mind. The presence of a master is eternal. Diminish less. And the more that which creates separation between you and that diminishes, the more it is felt. And the offering is a level of wakefulness that is beyond the mind's conceptions. And what causes the gateway into this opening is the feeling of the beauty of this pure love that is offered. It is not situational, it is unchanging. In a taste of this, there begins to be this draw. There begins to be a recognition of something safe. There begins to be the willingness to be real, to uncover the protected habits. And in this protective armoring begins to melt, and the connection begins to deepen, and the beauty begins to heighten. And the draw begins to take over everything. It begins to be felt in every single thing. And the primary piece of interference that slows and dampens this process, once there has been a taste that has created this draw, is this preconditioned belief that somehow I am less than, unworthy of, failing. It is set up by this concept in the mind of enlightenment and this idea of what that is. And in the mind's eye, somehow there is always this intermittent or consistent flavor of falling short. And what symbolizes the master is pure, and what symbolizes me is falling short. And there is this efforting and striving. But the thing about wakeful consciousness, the eternal energy of the true master, is that it is pure love. It is not asking anything. It is completely safe. And once there is a taste, the hunger grows. And in this pure love, the final piece is this dismantling of some belief of someone falling short, someone striving, someone trying. You know, when you are separated from a lover for a long time, and then there is this meeting, it is not effortful. If there has been disturbance in the life, as soon as the meeting happens, there is nothing but the meeting. All of that just falls away. It's not because of someone defeating some habit of mind. If there is some pain in the body, it goes unrecognized because there is an absorption in the beauty of this moment, which is very rare in the life for most. But in relationship with true master, it is unbroken. It stops being about a becoming. It stops being about defeating the mind. It stops being about a battle. That is the habit. Serves a role in the beginning. But once this perseverance is rooted enough, there is enough ripening, there is the possibility to receive the beauty that will dismantle every sense of being separate when the trust is deep enough just to receive and nothing more. It is a relaxation, not an intensification. It is this felt direct transmission that you can finally rest. That you can be held, that there is no need to continue with this habit of doership, but you can just come to rest and allow everything to carry of itself. This type of thing requires complete trust. It sounds so beautiful and simple, and it is, but in fact it is the mind's great challenge, because the believed story is, if I do not maintain my separateness, my world will fall apart. So the belief remains so ingrained to remain separate. And this is why this type of devotional relationship is very uncommon. But it is so clear every heart is just looking to fall in love. And the flavor of falling in love happens when everything habitual, all of the plans, all of the tension, all of the striving, all of the figuring is put aside. And the more it is tasted, the more it is put aside, and the stronger the draw, and it is endless, and this is the grace of the offering of a true master. Self-inquiry, I am meditation, turning attention to what is now, all of these pieces, they continue. But they are no longer striving. They are no longer a becoming. They are no longer a trick which sets up a sense of failure. It is a release of habit, a release of striving, a release of mental habit of future, and a receiving the grace and the beauty of the love affair which begins to flower in your heart upon your readiness to be with the Master that in truth lives inside, always alive. You know, it is true that there comes a point in this relationship where there is the recognition that the marriage with the body as me is the interference to the relationship with the beloved. That all of the distractive habits that revolve around the contraction of awareness, which mind defines as body and then defines as me, is the distraction of attention. But the process of release from this does not come from beating mental habiting into submission. It is a natural byproduct of falling in love. The enormity of what is being offered, it is completely and totally impossible to wrap around. It is just trusting and opening to the offering now. Feeling what is free of time now. Receiving grace now. and the presence of all the great masters, the presence of God. The presence of Shiva, the presence of Brahman, endless words. It is alive. It is everywhere. It is felt.